Hello and welcome to the very end almost of IPC Apex Expo 2023. We're in the last hour of the 2.5 day show. Joined by Jonny Nichols from Hanwha. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you, Ian. Appreciate it.
It's been a busy show for you as well?
Extremely busy show. Yeah, we have been going nonstop since the show opened up. And I have to say it's very exciting to see that at least the show looks like it's getting back to normal in terms of the traffic levels and things like that. So it's been very, very, very good. Yeah.
And you just before you mentioned that you'd had some like 50 meetings scheduled?
Oh yeah, I think everybody's had scheduled meetings, and I have to say that when we looked at what was lining up as far as meetings before the show, we were pretty excited about that. And the good news is we had most of those meetings, so it was over 50 meetings scheduled at our booth. So because of that, we were able to promote some of the new products that we have in there, and we were really fortunate because we were actually we sold quite a few of the new machines that we introduced at the corner of the booth. So,
excellent.
Very nice.
That's
why we're here. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what are some of those new machines then? What's the latest?
Some of the technology that we have at this show, we've got our existing, gold standards, our mid-speed stuff and some of our high-performance stuff. And some of the technology trends that are occurring within our product line are an interest in the different product dual lane capability. So that's great if you're a new customer and you don't already have a big investment in feeders and docking carts and things like that. So what we've done with our new product that we have, known as the XM520, that's a machine that does everything that the HM520 can do in terms of different product dual lane capability. Now the XM520 can also do the same. The difference is that machine works well with people who already have investments in SM series, DCAN series, our entry-level and mid-speed machines, which also use the same feeders and docking carts and things like that. So for us, it's all about dual lane, different product capability. And what I mean by that specifically is we can run high mix, any volume on one lane. We can run high volume, any mix on the other lane. All mix, all volume is capable on one single SMT machine and or line style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why people are coming flocking to your booth.
Well, it's nice, we like to use the word blending in conversations because what we've done is we've taken the best features out of the SM, the DCAN, and the HM series line and blended that into the X Factor known as the XM520.
Right.
And that's the new product that we've introduced here at the Apex show.
And you've sold some of those as well, isn't it?
We have, Actually, I think the count's up to 5 right now.
Oh, excellent.
And still have time.
You still got
never
time.
know. We're optimistic.
Hopefully, they close the deal by the time we get there.
Yeah, it's really good.
Excellent. Yeah. These, those sort of product, without a close relationship with your customers, and that kind of development is a lot harder. So it's. It's a testament now that companies do work so closely with customers, isn't it? Everything is. It has to be. It's not just one thing. It's an ecosystem, the software, and everything that surrounds.
Very much so. Ecosystem is a good way to characterize that. When you look at, first of all, the relationships. We've gone up and down with a lot of online meetings and things like that, and they're great. But during COVID, that was the next best thing, right? Now that COVID subsided a little bit, now we're getting back to the traditional face-to-face meetings and stuff. With capital equipment, some of the sales cycles are 2 years or longer on some of this stuff, right? So having the connectivity with your customers, the decision makers, the technical influencers are very, clearly it's very important, right? To inform them on what's new and how things are evolving, so to speak. But equally important, we like to, we have to reach all of North America. There's Canada, there's Mexico, all the United States. United States is a big area. And it was really refreshing to see that we had a lot of meetings from our Canadian customers, new prospects and existing customers, but also big groups from Mexico came up. So back to, was the show successful for us this year? Absolutely it was. And I think you can kind of measure that with the different groups that came into the booths, but also looking at how far away they've come. That reinforces the importance of that relationship and trying to have that hand-to-hand, eye-to-eye connectivity with our marketplace that's out there.
That's fantastic. And it's, the industry is very buoyant at the moment. There's an argument, I guess, there that there was pent-up demand through the past few years. But I think there is a genuine upturn, isn't there? That you're seeing, but both, simply the order books of manufacturers, but in the way they're looking at how they want their lines to run.
Well, yeah, for sure. Everybody's looking for a new box, if you will, right? Or something that's different, a better mousetrap, right? When you look at how to take big million-dollar investments of SMT assembly lines, right? How can you take a line space like that and make that more efficient, more productive, and ideally more profitable for global competitiveness reasons, right? When you look at the automation makers that are out here today, all right, and I have, of course, used Hanwha, for instance, right? When you look at what we've done in the space of an SMT line, if people are ready to retool their line to upgrade to higher performance or more sophisticated, more intelligent systems, right? To be able to multiply efficiencies, productivities, and ideally just do more in less. You know, we have a marketing slogan, make more in less time, less space for less investment.
Right, yeah.
What we're doing with that mixed mode production, or what we refer to as different product dual lane, that gives people the opportunity now to invest in technology that can give them something that can be running all the time. So half of that line can be running your high volume stuff. Half of the line can be running your high mix stuff. When you're changing over that half of the line for the high mix, you're not interrupting the production flow of the adjacent lane. So the idea there is, from an OEE standpoint, you know, your overall equipment effectiveness, if we can take people from here to here and start stepping them up to higher OEEs, then the ROI is there, and certainly the opportunity for being more globally competitive and certainly more profitable exists. It's very real, and it's being real. It's actually being utilized right now by some, you know, very, we would say, reputable, high-profile EMS companies in the North American marketplace.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it's fantastic. Thank you for sparing the time to come and talk to us.
Yes, sir.
I hope when you get back to the stand, they've closed at least 2 more sales.
Well, you never know. I'm sure.
You never know, yeah.
I'm sure. Well, I know our guys are working on it over there for sure.
Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you at another show soon.
Okay. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yep.